The trailer for the Gran Turismo movie has arrived, showing almost the entire story, which is bad. They could leave the mystery, but also showing that the movie will come in August, still without specific data. But the trailer shows a lot of interesting things, and I'm going to talk about 7 interesting things that I saw in the trailer. The first thing is that the movie is not only inspired by the story of Jan Mardenborough, but actually tells his story, however it has been brought into modern times. One interesting thing is that in the movie Jan has a stepfather named Doug, who is Jimon Hounson's character. I couldn't identify if Jan had a stepfather or if he is a character created just for the movie. The mother in the movie is his real mother. Jan's real father is named Stephen Mardenborough and is an England soccer player. We don't know if he will be mentioned in the movie. In real history, Jan won the opportunity to race for Nissan when he won the GT Academy in 2011, this a year after the release of Gran Turismo 5 on PlayStation 3. In the film, everything takes place in the present day. The game is Gran Turismo 7 as it appears in some moments, and we can find out when the scenes were recorded, since in one scene the release of the game's update 1.26 appears. This update was the one commemorating the 25th anniversary of the franchise, and it was released in November last year. Although these screens are real, there is another moment when there is a banner, created exclusively for the movie, which invites players to participate in GT Academy and become a professional driver for Nissan. In the movie we have many references to the Gran Turismo games. One of them is the pilot's shelf that has almost all Gran Turismos on disc. They range from Gran Turismo 2 on PlayStation 1 to Gran Turismo 6. This PlayStation 1 appears in a scene there stored on the character's shelf. Another reference is the art of the numbers on the cars, which are identical to the art that are in the games. We also have game partners. All the drivers' liveries and helmets are from Puma, as is the polyphony logo on the back of Jan when he is confirmed as a driver. We can see in the film that Jan decides to commit himself to becoming a pilot. When he is on the phone we see that he has just bought a Fanatec steering wheel. Probably the model in the movie is a Fanatec Club Sport steering wheel's 320 Alcantara. The same model appears in a scene with other players. Speaking of references, we have a lot of references to real drivers. At the training center we have 2 quotes, one by Colin McRae, World Rally Champion and one of the big names in the category. The phrase says, "Straight roads are for fast cars, corners are for fast drivers." The other sentence is from Dale Earnhardt, 7 times NASCAR champion, and it says, "The winner isn't the one with the fastest car, it's the one who refuses to lose." Another driver who is remembered in the film is the 3-time Formula 1 champion Ayrton Senna. There is a poster written Senna and the image of the pilot's helmet. It is interesting that Senna, Earnhardt and McRae died in accidents. The first 2 died on the racetracks and the last in a helicopter crash. They are beautiful tributes to all of them. The film has passage in several tracks. The game's tracks that appear are Trial Mountain when Jan is at home, Goodwood when he is at an event with other players, and the Le Mans 24H circuit when it shows him entering the game. In real races, the easiest to identify is the Red Bull Ring, which is probably where the drivers train. In another scene we see the Autopolis circuit, with a lot of telemetry data behind it, and the circuit where Jan's accident takes place is in Le Mans, if I'm not mistaken. Despite not being mentioned, we know that Lewis Hamilton is a Gran Turismo partner, and we see some subtle references that may be to him. Firstly, because the real Jan Mardenborough is a fan of the pilot, so I don't doubt that the one in the movie is too. Remembering that Hamilton is a fan of Ayrton Senna, and there is a poster of Senna in the room. Another coincidence is that Jan's helmet has a kind of rainbow on it, much like the one Lewis has been wearing lately. But the craziest reference of all is that there's a poster with the number 88 in the young man's room. This number is designed very much in the format of the number of the NASCAR car that was driven by Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr., but the car on the poster is a Formula 1. If you divide 88 in half, we get the Hamilton number in the Formula 1. Are these references, or am I imagining things? Maybe it's just coincidences, but then everyone thinks what they want. Well, did you see more interesting things in the trailers? Say it in the comments. For more trailers like this video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time, bye.